Hey guys, I'm Alan Sanchez, and I'm here with Chris Murphy with Modesto View, and we're both with Modesto View. I just forget that I'm part of your team, and it's been so exciting to be a part of your team. But this is cool. We're going to start our own PodView, our own podcast, to let everyone know what's going on. You know, we let everyone know what's going on through the Twitter and the Facebook and the Instagram or whatever it might be, or ModestoView.com. But give you a little audio when you're walking around, getting ready for the weekend. You want to know what's going on, or what are cool things that people can check out, restaurants. We're going to kind of bring this to you weekly, bi-weekly, trying to test it out. This is going to be pretty fun, Chris.
Oh, there's so much. Hey, thanks, Alan Sanchez. You've been an honorary View crew member for an awful long time, and it's fun to be able to spread the word out here with you. And I think we'll have fun doing this while you're getting ready, shaving, making your coffee, or whatever you're doing. So, but there's so much happening this week. I mean, we're in the holiday time right now.
Right.
And it's, the first thing you got to do is just make sure before you leave the house, go to ModestoView.com and click on the calendar. It's right there on the front page. You'd be blown away how much stuff is happening today, and so like this week, we're kind of getting into the season. This weekend's a big weekend.
Right.
We got the holiday, the holiday pops at the Modesto Symphony. We got the parade.
Huge.
It's the Parade of Lights, and
it's huge.
Whoville. We have a Dickens Christmas fair this weekend. There's a special farmers market that's all Dickensonian that's happening right in front of our McHenry Mansion, which is just a crown jewel that we almost lost.
Mm-hmm.
A couple
with the fire.
With the fire. I mean, thank goodness that we had Pierre from Pierre's Salon, man. He was locking up, and he looked over and saw the place burning, and he called it in. So mad props to Pierre for making the save on the McHenry Mansion. But and it's a way for people to kind of explore their history, but hang out with all these people at the parades. And so, the Modesto View tip is get your favorite restaurant down there on the parade.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, we go hang out at like Harvest Moon or one of the restaurants along the parade route, so you can sit and have a nice dinner and some cocktails while the parade goes by.
Nice.
It goes right by Conchetta, so Conchetta has a good patio for parade watching. So that's the inside line. Get there early, go find your favorite patio, and get ready to enjoy the parade, the lights parade on the 7th of December.
Yeah, a lot of fun going on this weekend. And, of course, again, you can find all that information at ModestoView.com.
There's a rad event happening. It's the Ill List, which Modesto has a poetry slam mechanism that's just crazy. And the State Theater has a monster sold-out event. It's a national caliber verbal head-to-head combat on poetry slam on Saturday night. So it's just amazing.
And the thing about poetry slams, and I was kind of like, poetry slams. And this years ago, I remember going to one because there's a girl that I was dating who really liked it. And I said, yeah, sure, I like it too. And I'm like, whatever. And I had a great time. If you like music, you like rap, this is going to be a good way to see that kind of. It's not what you think you see. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but like Shakespearean kind of poetry. This is fun stuff.
It is really, and it's a great way to experience. I mean, it's got a beat and a rhythm to it, and it's just creative. I mean, if you like surrounding yourself with creative, fun people, going to a poetry slam, go down to the Mislin Gallery and look at the holiday art that's down there. Virginia White's got an exhibit down there, and you surround yourself with all these really cool paintings that are being done by our local artists. A place I love to go into is a place called Peer Recovery. It's a cool little art gallery right there. And if you can find it by driving down J Street, because it's got a big giant 32 Deuce Coupe painted on the wall. And there's a lot of cool artists from a lot of people who are, a lot of people have been in recovery mode, and some of our local community folks are in there. So there's a lot of really interesting things. If you get down, just kind of walk the streets of downtown, peek your head into Intrinsic Elements, or, get a Heroes at Papacino's.
Yeah.
It's a fun place to walk, and it's just a couple blocks. So park your car. Walk.
And that's the thing, and that's what I tell people, and this is probably a good way to start the first PodView, is the fact that you can do a lot of things for a good budget. I mean, you don't have to worry about going to the Bay Area, spending $100 just to drive there and back. You can use that $100 for great meals, great free walking around in a lot of these art galleries or whatever it might be.
Yeah, you can stop off and get like a Heroes or a little takeout at one of the places downtown. The galleries to walk through are free. I mean, hopefully you'll buy a painting, but go to one of the places and go see like Muscle Shoals. Is the cool film that's about the Muscle Shoals, music. Even talk about Muscle Shoals in Sweet Home Alabama. The Stones use Muscle Shoals. Paul McCartney used a Muscle Shoals horn section on Venus and Mars. I mean, those kind of films are at the State Theater. Stop off and get an appetizer somewhere, then go, get a drink at Fusio, then go into the Brendan to see a giant blockbuster in 3D. I mean, there is truly something for everybody, something for every budget.
Right.
You know, so it's not like you're going, I don't have $100 to go to dinner. Well, you don't need it. You can come down with a 20 and have a good night
and have a fabulous time. The other thing too is people don't know is like it's very safe. I never, being in the news business for so long, I never heard anything bad really happen downtown. People think, for people outside of the area, I should say, I don't go downtown. It's like it's so safe, and it's never because there's always life.
It is a mind blower to me. The people I meet that said, I haven't been downtown in 5 years, and you're going, what? You go to San Francisco,
right?
You don't mind walking 10 blocks to go to where you're going, right?
And you almost expect it.
In downtown, you can walk across downtown in 10 blocks. And so just get out and park your car on 13th Street and scope it out. I mean, also go to McHenry Village. I mean, McHenry Village was the original mall that moved out McHenry. The cruise down used to be on 10th, 11th Street. When McHenry Village was built, that was the new turnaround point. So, there are places you can go that are loaded with local people. And that's what we stress on Modesto View. It's all local.
Right.
And we want to eat local, we want to listen local, drink local, we want to live local because, hey, if you're going to do business with your friends.
Absolutely.
Go to dinner at your friends' restaurants. Tell your friends to go do business with friends. And I think that's what makes Modesto really, really special is that we have all that here.
And there tends, I think, especially not to bag on people who have like big box chain restaurants, but when they have like that mom and pop restaurant, they want to make sure it's good for you because they want you to come back instead of like, if I mess up this order of bag chicken that I made in these big box chain stores, you say there's much difference. Oh,
there's totally true. I think we've got something really cool along those lines that you got to check out. You have to experience it and just kind of dive in and have a good time. But the main thing is don't get stuck by not knowing what's going on. So many people, hey, I went and saw Pink Martini last night, and they're like, I didn't know they were in town. Really?
Right.
Well, if you look at Modesto View, you'll know what's going on
Absolutely.
in town. And don't be caught the next day wishing you missed something because you didn't check it out in advance. It's simple to do. Go to ModestoView.com, click on our calendar, tab through it, and look at the things that are there. It might be an art gallery. It might be a story hour at the library. If you have small kids, they read stories to you almost every day of the week at the Modesto Library.
They have events there. I know they have people
don't know that there's story time at the library,
I know they have events there and people who come in to do like magic and all these kind of free things. That's really awesome.
There's Word, Excel classes at the library. So, you never know what you'll find. There's art lessons at the Chartreuse Muse or the Michelin Gallery. You like buying art. Well, why don't you start making your own art?
They got a great studio. I mean, we're definitely going to have a lot of fun with this. Before we go, I want to go talk about this weekend. You did like a small business kind of event. How'd that go?
Mod Shop was stellar.
Yeah. And talk about that a little bit because for people who don't know.
And I think that the one thing that happened this weekend is people said no to Black Friday at the big craziness. So, and I think that people, went downtown and experienced or shop local. It doesn't have to be downtown. There's so many places that are great in our community, whether it's Chefs of New York or Rivets or whatever, you can do that. But I mean, Mod Shop was a collection of artisans and local crafters that put on a great presentation. There were probably 40 or 50 vendors.
And there was a huge crowd.
Musicians on the street, every street corner. Big Earl played, Christy McGrew played, you name it. I mean, Nate Ignacio played. So the community was out. The people were checking it out, and people were going, this was amazing. What a cool deal. Then they stayed downtown, had some dinner, and had some cocktails. That was truly a special night, and that's what we need to do more of, is when people just kind of get out and hang out with their friends.
Absolutely. Well, you can find all this information at ModestoView.com. We encourage you to also submit all your event information. It's free. We have a platform that a great viewership and also readership that Chris and his team and the View crew have put together. So let us know. You can go to ModestoView.com for all that information.
There's a big red button on the front of ModestoView.com that says send us your event information. And for those of you who just want to get out your iPhone right now and send it in, it's events@ModestoView.com. Then that gets it on our calendar. So it's really, really simple to help spread the word.
And find us on Twitter and Facebook, also Modesto View. And if you hashtag Modesto View or put us or mention us, we can also retweet your event a lot of the time because we have a great crew that does all the social media. So, all right. So this is pretty fun. I thought we were going to keep doing this again and keep you updated. If you have any suggestions or questions, again, all that information, you can tweet us and we'll try to do our best to get it back to you. But again, we just do it because we love Modesto.
Thanks, Alan Sanchez.
All right. Appreciate it.